everybody, I'm Kelly Harrell, and this is the Weekly Rune for the week of September 27th, 2021. We have a little bit extra going on in this Runecast this week because we transition from the half month of Kenaz into Gebo on the 28th, which I think is Tuesday of this week. So I wanted to talk about the Runecast from the vantage point of both of those half-month runes. We have spent some time with Kenaz discussing it as the point where we have cultivated perspective either on our calling or realized that we have a calling, that it, from an animistic standpoint, could be the biggest aha in terms of the traditional meaning of Kenaz. So when we talk about Kenaz, in the past I've mentioned there's sort of this progressive formula happening from Ansuz, which is soothsaying, speaking your truth, into Raido, which is taking that truth and moving it forward in the world, literally bringing it out and kind of test driving it. And those culminate in Kenaz, which is the aha moment. It's, this little thing that's been skirting around the edge of your periphery. It didn't quite reveal itself, or you didn't think you could do the thing, and so you kept pushing it back into the periphery. This experience of Kenaz I'm framing as our calling. That is the ultimate culmination of our lore, of our personal truth, plus how we move it in the world, how we give it agency, and it eventually begins to form meaning in our lives. We begin to take meaning from it. And so that is how we've been sitting with Kenaz over the last few weeks in that little progression. The challenge of Kenaz in this seasonal relationship is pretty significant. I think as humans, we always have this kind of fraught drama around calling, the things that we call life purpose. We always have this sort of feeling like, well, I got to figure out what it is, and I got to get going. I got to line up all the things to make it happen. I got to rearrange my life so that it will happen. All of that plus pandemic life is this year. All of those usual feelings plus pandemic life. And what has really moved to the fore in expression of calling in pandemic life is this sense of not being heard, not knowing your calling, not feeling the urgency to bring it to the world, but an inability to do so. And really, I'm not sure that that's changing anytime soon. And it really doesn't matter if it's changing anytime soon. This is where we are right now, right? I've never been in the business of fortune telling. I'm in the study of the present, the hyper present. What can we know about the present that enables us to make the best decisions about how we move forward? That's our weird, right? So sitting with Kenaz from the standpoint of calling not being heard probably brings a set of emotions to the surface that a lot of us haven't had to deal with, don't even have the coping skills for how to deal with. The thing that is really wonderful, I think, about the transition, no matter what the immediate weather is with how we're experiencing Kenaz, is we still get to move it into Gebo. We still get to bring it to this point of sharing somehow with someone or with some beings that get it. They get it. It may not be the same as what they're moving with through life. Their calling may be something different, but we always have this experience of, holy shit, this enormous thing has erupted in my life. This aha moment has bowled me over in a way unlike any other, and I have to do something with it. I can't just sit on it. I say this a million times, but Kenaz is the rune where consciousness is tapping you on the shoulder and it just says go. It doesn't say hang on, doesn't say I can't do that right now, I'm tired. It just says go. And so that dynamic, coupled with feeling like our calling isn't being heard or we're not in a place where we can express it, it's heavy stuff. Moving into Gebo is perhaps a lifesaver in that regard. I think that our relationships around calling right now are more important than ever. Whether that is relationship with another person, with a group, I tend to not see Gebo as indicating groups so much. We got a whole other room for that. And this is more about finding the place where relationship can happen. And maybe it isn't even about who or what the relationship is with, but relationship period. And that is the crux of animism, right? Coming into the awareness of how you're in relationship with the space around you, the beings in the space space itself is a being, the humans, the non-human persons. All of this is about relationship. It doesn't matter who it's with or what's going on with it. So maybe a way to at least facilitate the transition from Kenaz into Gebo is just holding space for relationship, period. It's a good time to examine, what are you in relationship? What are you in relationship with that is supporting your calling? How does that need to be revamped? What do you need to be in relationship so that your calling is supported?